Good morning, folks. Barry the Beer Guy here, and I'm hoping you think this is as cool as I do. You tune in here, subscribe, and check these out. So I'm just going to make a short video on something that I think is pretty cool. Back in the day, I lived in Owatonna, Minnesota, because I worked for Johnson's. I still do, 35 years. And I was smitten with Ganser Brewing Company memorabilia. Ganser Brewing Company was located on Oak Street, the hill going up to the top part of Owatonna. If you ever go into Owatonna, you probably know where it is. The bottling house, or I think the offices still stand. The brewery burned down a couple different times, but there is still a building there. It's now a residence, and there's pictures that exist that show this building. But Ganser Brewing Company was a small brewery, went out just at the advent of prohibition, and I think 1921 or 22, and stuff from there is really hard to find. Like most small town breweries, you'll find the occasional paper item, but bottle openers are documented, but very few exist. But I'm going to show you something that I got back in the day and I really think is special. This may not look like much, but you see the brass base and the tip or the point on the glass. This light bulb, and it's kind of like an outdoor light bulb, but you can definitely tell that it's old, is well over 100 years old. And what I believe the use for these was to put in a light fixture, probably like this, at a bar that sold Ganser beer. It would either be bottled or on tap, and they probably didn't have a huge advertising budget, so they bought things like these light bulbs, probably in a designated minimum, had them made. They would be put up around the bar, or maybe one or two flanking a sign or a mirror in a bar. And I am so scared to light this thing up, but I paid an arm and a leg and a toe back in the day because I truly believed it to be one of a kind. But you want to know the cool thing about this? And I'm going to fire it up. You know why I'm scared to do this? Because when you go into your bathroom and flick on a light and it just dies on you, it would kill me if this thing ever went out. But check that out. Isn't that cool? The bulb has a flasher mechanism built into the base. So this bulb would just quietly flash on and off, reminding bar patrons to drink Ganser beer while they were in the bar. So this is pretty cool, huh? And I would like to thank local collector and acquirer and admirer of antiques, Jeff Vick, for putting this in my hands probably 20 years ago. But there's another chapter to this story. While I tease my last promise of something cool, I wanted to show you these Ganser bottle openers. The bottom one you will see, once in a blue moon. But the top one, I've got a good friend, Pat Stambaugh, that has belonged to the JFO, Just for Openers Club, for 20 some years. And this loop opener, which has to be from 1900 or so, has been listed in a master list. In all that time, he's never seen one in person or for sale, and it was rumored that a lady in Owatonna had 3 of them. Well, here I turned 2 of these up, and the best part, I've turned up an additional one of these that I'll be able to give Pat after 20 some years and reward his crazy lust for Minnesota openers, and that makes me happy. But now, let's see the surprise that I promised. With my amateur video skills, I'm going to do a slow pan and let you take in these beauties. I love that they're packed in yellow newspaper probably from the 90s, looking at those glasses and hairstyle. But here are, and see, you can observe the flasher mechanism that's built into the bulb. Here are a pair of these beauties. Like I said, I had a single one, which was probably the only one that I ever knew of for 20 some years. And here are a pair of these Ganser's bulbs. I don't know what that coating is that gives them dimension, and here I wouldn't doubt these are from another batch, and maybe they were handmade. Yeah, I would say probably, with the lettering style and then having to put them on a curved surface. But I got a pair of these, surprisingly enough, at an online auction, and the whole time they were listed, I just prayed and crossed my fingers that no one else would discover them. And to the people that were in the auction, it looked like I paid a heck of a lot of money, but in my mind it was an absolute bargain. So there's your brief video, and this latest find from Peter Ganser Brewing Company in Owatonna, Minnesota, for a short period, I believe from 1896 to maybe 1901. It was the Charles Fuermann Brewing Company. He bought it from Peter Ganser, and Ganser retired, but Fuermann was about ready to run it into the ground, and Peter Ganser took it over from 1901 to 1921. Hope you enjoyed this. Appreciate your comments, liking these videos, and we'll see you at the next beer show. Barry the Beer Guy from ibuyoldbeer.com. Have a great day.